Well, Peter, thank you for being here with us today. Can you just take a minute and tell us what you think the most important reason is to be using CodeStream?
Thanks for the question, and thanks for having us here at the conference. Really excited to be here. CodeStream is a tool that was designed to address some of the largest pain points that bigger development organizations face. And that's not only taking care of institutional knowledge, which of course is your most important asset, but helping new developers get on board more quickly. The bigger the team, the more often you're dealing with training new engineers and getting them up to speed, and also dealing with the eventual and unfortunate departure of your senior engineers. CodeStream does this with a very simple product that has profound implications. The way that we work is that we put contextual messaging inside the editor of the developers. And so that makes it a lot easier to ask questions about code just by simply selecting the code and typing your question. And then when that question gets answered, we'll save the Q&A as an annotation to your code base for the benefit of everybody else on the team.
So changing developer behavior is hard. What are you seeing in terms of people willing to communicate to their teammates about code?
Yeah, good question, because today the tools don't exist to make it easy to discuss code. It involves a lot of copying, pasting from your editor into a communication tool, usually Slack or email or Microsoft Teams. And because there are so many steps to that process, what inevitably happens is that developers try to figure things out on their own. And I think we've all seen that for a lot of developers, they tend to work in a silo with just sort of this heads down mentality that I should be able to figure out on my own. And we're trying to make development a multiplayer sport by making it easier for developers to talk to each other about specific parts of the code base. And in doing so, get the collective wisdom of the whole team and bring that to bear when solving problems.
And are you seeing any security concerns about companies who do not want their code to appear in a cloud service?
Well, one important thing about the way CodeStream works is that we don't have access to your code base. So you don't need to give us your Git credentials or GitHub or GitLab or anything like that. So we just make it easier for developers to talk about code, but we don't actually need access to your code itself. And if there are real security concerns and you need an on-prem solution, well, we have that as well. So none of your code or your communication about code will ever leave your company's firewall.
So what metrics do you use to show companies that deploying CodeStream is good for them?
So ultimately, we're helping with developer onboarding, getting your new hires up to speed more quickly. We think that the companies that use CodeStream the most enjoy fewer defects because we catch bugs earlier in the development process rather than waiting for them to hit production. Developers are discussing code earlier and fixing issues more quickly. But ultimately, what we're delivering is developer happiness, a coding team that works well together and is engaged with each other and talking about code, finding problems earlier. That's going to be a happier development team for you.
And who would you say is the ideal company to benefit from CodeStream?
We've talked to thousands of companies and development teams who are interested in a product like CodeStream, increase developer productivity, and we get the biggest reaction and the most enthusiasm the larger the development team is. So if you're managing a very large code base or a very large development team, then you know the importance of developer interaction and developer collaboration. And for those companies especially, CodeStream can be a big help.
Thanks for your insights, Peter. This is really great. Appreciate it.
Thank you.